Hey, Geometry Kids, today we are going to look at 2.4 deductive reasoning. Figure that out by deducing it. Okay, so we have some properties we got to learn. There's two properties we got to learn. Law of detachment is the first one. Let's detach our... Well, anyway, let's keep it. I can think of a joke. Okay, what the law of detachment says is if the hypothesis is true, then the conclusion must also be true in a true statement. Am I telling the truth? Maybe. Okay, so the symbols you'd use for this, that's our word tool. If P goes to Q is true, so if your conditional is true, and P is true, then Q is true. For example, if you watch Mr. Twiller's video and take notes, he will give you points in class. And if you watch the video and took notes, then it would also be true that you're going to receive points from the class. Let's try to do a conclusion. If there's lightning, then it's not safe to be out in the open. Marla sees lightning from the soccer field. What can we conclude based on that information? Well, up here it says if there's lightning, that's not safe. And she sees lightning. What's that mean? That means it is not safe. Run away, Marla. Run away. Does that make sense? Because P was true, then Q has to be true. Because the above statement said so. Yep, plug that in there. Alright. Let's try another one. If two angles are adjacent, then they share a common vertex. 1 and 2 share a common vertex. Now wait a second here. It says they share a common vertex. If I look up here, that's not my... Let me grab a Moby. Let me do this legit. Annotate. Pen tool. Activate. This is my P, and this is my Q, right? And this is my Q. Law of detachment says I need my P. So that means I can't, none, no conclusion. Alright? Because I don't know. And anyways, you can't anyways, because here's 1 and 2, and they share a vertex, but they're vertical angles. They're adjacent, they are next to each other. Hate each other. That might not be true either. Who knows in this crazy world? Next one we gotta look at is the law of syllogism. I call this the choo-choo train rule. I don't really call it that, but I will now. Okay, that says if P, then Q is true, and Q to R is true, then P to R is true. So if P hooks onto the Q car, and Q hooks onto R, that means P is hooked onto R. Right? Yeah, train. Like a train. Syllogism. If it's July, then you're on summer vacation. It's true. P and Q. If you're on summer vacation, Q, then you work at a smoothie shop. So if it's July, you're at the smoothie shop. That makes sense, right? Everyone likes smoothies. P, Q, Q, R. Let's count that middleman and just go from P to R. Alright? Wait, they do this. They legitimately just do this one for you. So let's write that down. Let's try this one though. If a figure has 4 sides, if a figure is a rhombus, it has 4 sides. If it has 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral. So we have a P to Q, Q to R, we have a P. It means P can go to R. So then it's a quad. What's a quadrilateral? First one tell me in class, it's a Twillet or Buck or Jolly Rancher or something. I don't know. Because we have P and Q, Q to R. Let's cut out the middleman. What happened? What's going on? Alright, next slide. Alright, what can we conclude from this information and what's a reasoning? a river is more than 4,000 miles long, then it's the Amazon. If a river is longer than the Amazon, that's the longest river in the world. The Nile is 4,132 miles long. You can actually draw 3 conclusions. You want to do it? I knew you would. So we have a P, then Q. That's our Q. We have a Q, then R. And they give us rivers more than 4,000 long. So they give us a P. Alright? Alright. Let's do some magic. Let's do one conclusion. First conclusion. I'm going to grab this over here. I'm actually staying for this. I've been sitting too much today. If the Nile is over 4,000 miles long, that's longer than the Amazon. That's due to law of detachment. Alright? And we have one more conclusion we can make. Because we have a P, then Q, and a Q, then R, right? Then we know P to R has to be true by syllogism, right? So the Nile's longer than the Amazon. And if it's longer than the Amazon, it has to be the longest in the world. And we know that due to the law of syllogism. Sorry for this. That's it. That's all this video is, guys. We're going to spend a lot of time with this in class. Alright? Enjoy!